What's up, everybody? Welcome to the 19th Yard Podcast. This is going to be our first official podcast, and I'm your host, EJ, and this is Robbie. Going to be talking football, golf every week. So if you like the content, like and subscribe. We're going to include the link in the description below. So if you want to check out our other social media platforms, that'd be awesome. And we thank you guys in advance. Nerves are going to be rolling a little bit today. You know, it's a new thing for both of us. Never talked to a camera like this. Never talked to a microphone really ever. So this is going to be an experiment for both of us, and we hope it works out. And we hope you guys like what we have to put out. But like I said, I'm EJ. I'm gonna tell a little bit about myself. I am from St. Louis, Missouri, born and raised. I have been happily married now for 3 years, and we have a beautiful 1.5-year-old daughter. You'll probably hear a lot about her on the podcast as we're going to talk a little bit about our personal lives as well, not just sports. But yeah, I married into the Buffalo Bills fandom. I am now an official member of the Mafia. If you can't tell, Josh Allen is my favorite player. Gotta love him. Gotta have him on my fantasy teams. But I grew up playing baseball, played a little bit of golf here and there. My grandmother actually got me into the game of golf, so she's kind of where I picked it up from. And playing baseball, the swing kind of came naturally. So now I get to hack it up on the weekends on the golf course, which is always a fun time. Robbie and I get to go out quite a bit, along with some other friends, and we have a lot of fun doing it. But our wives are probably sick and tired of hearing about us talk sports, so we figured we'd come on here, kind of give our opinions, give some hot takes, some raw takes, maybe debate a little bit. I know Robbie's probably going to root against the Bills no matter what. Every chance he has, he always does just to give me a hard time. But we're going to try and have fun with it, and we're going to see what we can make of it, and hopefully you guys like the stuff that we're going to push out. And yeah, I'm going to turn it over to Robbie now and let him tell you a little bit about himself.
All right, my name's Robbie. Born and raised just north of St. Louis in Winfield, Missouri. Lived in pretty much my whole life. Have a wife, three kids. Wife Kendra, oldest son is Mason, daughter Chloe, and then we have Miles. Teen, gonna be 18, 17, and 7. So
All over the spectrum.
all over the spectrum, you know. Former football coach, had to step away so I could be more of a dad to Chloe and all her sports. And now Miles is getting old enough to get involved, so don't know if it's a thing I'll ever get back into, but only time will tell. So,
I feel like you always get
my,
back into it.
yeah, I did. I got suckered into it this year, as a matter of fact. I'm
Hey, it happens.
coaching kindergarten, first grade, and second grade flag football.
Hey, flag football, they gotta start somewhere, don't they?
Yeah, really not looking forward to the first and second grade part, but you know they got to learn sometime.
They take your wins and losses. Going from
hmm
high school to first and second grade is gonna be a big adjustment, but hey,
It
any
is what
good
it
coach
is.
can do it.
It is what it is.
Yeah, we're both kind of turned weekend hackers on the golf course. We like to golf quite a bit, golf with each other quite a bit, actually. As a matter of fact, we're going out Saturday, so next week on the pod, we'll kind of keep you guys updated with how we did there. I'm doing a little fantasy football pre-draft golf outing, so it's gonna be fun. We're gonna do a little two-man scramble to decide draft positions and whatnot, so we'll kind of see where that goes. But
You're gonna get
hopefully, don't shank
fucked.
a bunch. Oh, you're gonna get cummed on, bud. But so now you guys got to know us a little bit. We're gonna go into the first segment. It's going to be what we call the win of the week. It's something outside of sports. We're going to talk a lot of sports on here. So something outside of sports, that happened in our personal lives, whether it be with us, with the kids, with the wives, whatever it may be. I guess I'll kick it off. My win of the week this week was Raylan learned how to say the word mine, and now all of a
Oh,
sudden that's her thing. Sounds like the
everything is
fucking
mine.
seagulls. Sounds like the seagulls from fucking the Finding Nemo. Mine, 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 mine. But as a dad, as my first kid, it's kind of hard to not just love it in the aspect of she's talking. She likes to use her words, and she uses them pretty accurately, I would say. For a 1.5-year-old,
It gets better.
just with time,
It gets better. Now you're gonna try to teach her some cuss words.
maybe eventually.
It's
Her
funny.
mom will probably teach her the cuss words first, to be honest with you.
That normally happens. Yeah, that's a fair
I feel like they're,
assessment.
I feel like they're always worried about the dads, but in honesty, it always comes from the moms first.
That's a true story. That is a trip.
Happened with my nieces. Probably happened with Raylan. So
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. As long as she can defend herself, that's all that matters.
Yeah. Yeah. So what if you throw a four-letter word in there every now and then? Who cares?
Yeah, it might start with an F, end with a K. It is what it is.
Only time will tell, buddy. Only time will
As
tell.
long as I don't get a call from the teacher, it is what it is.
That's bound to happen. I've had the principal walk Miles out a couple of times because he's gotten in trouble. That's always a good time.
Kids being kids.
Yeah, he takes it to the extreme though. He
Yeah,
takes
I
it to the
remember here.
extreme.
I remember hearing stories about him whacking you in the shins with a lawnmower, and I'm sure you said a
Uh-huh.
few choice words that he picked up on.
Yeah, he got them all from his mother, but I had nothing to do with it.
Well, speaking of that, what would be
Whoa,
your win of
whoa.
the week?
My win of the week is everybody started school today. Senior, junior, second grade. So,
Everybody
uh,
started school.
everybody, all three of them started today.
Get them out the house.
Yeah, we got Mason's last year. Chloe's in her junior year, and Miles is in second grade and his last year in the building that he's in now. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, I mean, I've heard good things about Mason, hear good things about Chloe, and all I hear is Miles just gives you hell.
He does. If he was the first one, he would have been the last one. That's a
Ain't that the
guarantee.
truth?
That's a
Ain't that the
guarantee.
truth?
I
So
wouldn't trade him.
now,
I'd give him away most days, but I wouldn't trade him.
yeah, you can never trade him away. As much as you might
Nah,
get frustrated, you can never get rid of him. It is what it is. Get hit in the shins a couple times, get tackled in football.
that is
Eh,
what it is. Not as spry as I
pick your
used to be,
battles,
but we'll
right?
make it. Yeah, that is what it is.
Yeah, school starting up's always good though. Get
Yeah,
them in their new classroom, get them around their friends again.
back in the
And then
routine, man.
yeah, sports are starting back up again, all the fall sports in high school and whatnot. So I know some sports have been going for a little bit, like high school football, maybe a little bit of volleyball practice or jamborees coming up. So,
Yeah.
I know Chloe plays volleyball and then she wrestles in the winter, right?
Yep. Yep. We go from volleyball to wrestling to soccer.
Damn, three-sport
Yeah.
athlete.
Three
Keeps
sport
your hands
athlete.
full.
Yeah. So when they got summers off, Dad has summers.
It's always nice because then you get to hack it up on the course.
I'm pretty good at hacking it up. I've been known to. I've been known to fucking hosel fuck one or two.
Hey, fucking happens. You watch me top a driver too.
It is what it is.
Hopefully that don't happen on Saturday though,
Oh,
because with my partner, I'm gonna have to bring my A game.
that is probably true. I got a pretty solid partner, but man, I'll still hosel shit one or two of them. I guarantee. Probably more than that.
That's why your partner's there, right?
That's right. That's right.
So now getting off the win of the week, we're gonna kind of look at we're gonna start talking a little PGA Tour action because that's gonna be one of the main topics we talk about. Uh, Kind of came up with this segment, didn't really know what to call it. Would like your guys' input if you think anything differently. But we were kind of calling it pin seeking, where we kind of go out, we find a weird stat or weird fact about golf from the week, where might just kind of pique your interest as far as why they were doing that or what they were doing or why something happened around the world of golf. And I'll let you kick this one off. See kind of your thoughts on where the PGA Tour and Live were at this week and how everything shook down.
Well, my weird stat fact for the week comes from the live side. The fact that John Rahm can win the season title without winning a single tournament all year,
He did have a
and
lot of top
then
fives.
that's true. Joaquin Neiman had 5 wins.
Still loses that individual title, which is kind of crazy to think about because that's $18 million taken out of his pocket.
Yeah, and then watching him talk about it, he was not even jazzed up at all.
I feel like
Um,
John Rahm was that weird final piece that they kind of got as far as big names go. That
yeah,
he thought that was going to be the merger for the PGA Tour and Live, and when it didn't happen, it seems like all you kind of hear about is the top fives, the high finishes, never the win. But he also gets pissed off out there a lot. The fucking
yeah,
drones piss him off. The music pisses him off. Everything kind of irritates him because he wants that PGA Tour feel. I feel like.
he does. I got a feeling he'll end up back on the tour when the contract's up. I mean, I don't know what his contract's for or how much he got, but I'm sure it was enough to take care of himself, his kids, his grandkids, and his great grandkids.
That
And
generational money.
Yeah, just set up the wrong family for decades and generations to come.
I think if I'm not mistaken, he signed like a 4-year, $300 million deal. Don't quote me
Yeah,
on that,
that'll do it.
but $300 million, that speaks volumes to anybody.
Yeah, that'll
Somebody
do
offered
it.
me 300 mil, I'm gone.
Yeah, I'd walk away from what I'm doing right now for 300 million, buddy.
Yeah, working in a lumber yard ain't meant for everybody, but hey, it's the life we pick for now, right? You
Yeah,
never know when something else happens.
it's all good. They treat us well.
They do treat us really well. Yeah,
They
just a
treat
little
us well.
backstory on that too. Robbie and I do work together. We worked together for what? I've been there almost 6 years. Coming up in October, we work
Hmm.
for a wholesale lumber supply company. You know, we get to talk and shoot the shit a little bit at work too. Now, my kind of weird stat of the week or pin Hutton throughout the week. He was making damn near everything Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But when it
Hmm.
came to Sunday, he just seemingly couldn't make anything. Now, I thought it was weird the more they showed kind of him and Scotty just because they were in the final pairing on Sunday. Focused a little bit more on it because everybody else was not necessarily out of it, but there was nobody really up there with them. I noticed on the greens the way that he was putting. Did you see the way he was lining putts up with his putter and then using like his hand as a dial almost?
Hmm.
It was almost like aim point, but without using his feet, which I thought was really weird.
I don't know too much about aim point. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm
All I
more
know
the
is it
guy.
takes a level and a lot of feel, and I ain't got either one of those on the golf course.
Nah, it looks like it's breaking left. I'm gonna try that. If it looks like it's going right, I'm gonna try that. If it looks like
I'll
it's
tell you
going
what,
straight,
when we have
I'm gonna
played as a
send it.
two-man scramble, though, when we play as a two-man scramble, you do give me quite a bit of reads. Good
Oh,
reads at
yeah.
that.
Hmm. I've been known to burn. I've been known to burn an edge or two.
And sink a one or two. Don't discount yourself too much there. You do
Yeah,
make quite a few putts.
yeah. It's about the only thing I can do.
It's always that question of does the putter need to come out of the bag and I throw a new putter in there, or do I kind of stick with the same putter that I've had? I know
We
you
were
tossed around
close.
that idea the last time.
We were close. We were real close. And then I banged some in the back of the cup, and I thought, yeah, she's gonna stick around just a little while longer. So
And that's one of those it's one of the delicacies that we don't have that the PGA Tour guys do have. Is they can go out and they can get a new putter every week if they want to. They can try different putters day in, day out. But you and me,
Xander
it's like,
Schauffele.
yeah, switch putters this week.
Yeah,
Didn't putt very well. He made a couple long ones, but it seemed like his touch was definitely off.
yeah. I think he's just still trying to get in form. That injury he had, I think, really screwed him up.
Yeah, I think he's trying to find his form, especially before the Ryder Cup. I mean,
Yeah,
speaking of Ryder Cup, we kind of go over our picks now if we wanted to for and talk about the top six that have already been qualified. I know the European side's only got five on their side right now, qualified points wise, but it's looking
really,
like Shane Lowry in that sixth spot's going to probably be a lock.
really.
Yeah, he moved up, Sep moved down, but Sep Straka's been out dealing with that whole family matter.
Yeah,
But you got as far as the Ryder Cup goes, DeChambeau's in there, JJ Spawn's in there. I know you like
dog,
JJ Spawn. I think you think he's going to be a dog in the Ryder Cup.
dog. He's
You
done a
got Russell
very
Henley.
dog, quiet dog, quiet dog.
Yeah, you got Russell Henley's in there, and then obviously Scotty Scheffler. The guy made his name in the Ryder Cup a couple years back, and I feel like that's when it
Yeah.
all really got rolling for him. Him and
Hmm.
Rory matching up on that final day. I really hope that happens.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I don't know if you put him out there together. To be honest with you, I
I
think
don't think that they do strategy wise, but view wise, that would get the most views for sure.
do you put him out one, or do you wait till last,
Ooh, I'd wait till last.
or middle of the pack?
But then you got the Shambo and Rory too. Those two have had kind of their little battle all year, going from the Masters and whatnot, and the whole
Oh,
oh he didn't say a word to me.
that's the matchup you want to see. You want to see DeChambeau paired with Rory because you know Bryson's going to chirp that ass.
And he wants that
If
revenge.
oh yeah, yeah.
He wants that revenge.
I think you put somebody like you put Scheffler against Rom.
That'd be a good one too.
You put
Rom
him
wants to
against
play the best players in the world,
yeah.
stack him up against the best.
Stack him up against the player. You know, uh, Henley. I think you can put against anybody they got.
Yeah.
Um,
I think
he,
he's not going to let it get to his head. I think he's just kind of
no,
going to go out there and play his golf.
he's a cool customer, cool, calm, collected. Goes about his business. Not too showboaty. Doesn't get too amped up. They never seem
Yeah,
too down.
the one person I'm kind of worried about in the top six that's already qualified is Harris English because he's kind of a wild card. He could come out, play really well, play lights out golf, but
Yeah.
then at the same time, he might come out and he might just be mediocre. And, those are points that we don't want to give away as far as the USA goes
No, no, you don't.
because Team Europe's going to be tough. I mean, they're pretty loaded.
They're loaded
They're
from
pretty
1 to
loaded.
12.
They
They're
are
loaded.
they're definitely going to be a stout team. I mean, you got looking at it here, you got Rory, Bobby Mack. Bobby Mack's coming on hot, playing good golf. It's kind of like the MLB playoffs. You want to get hot at the right time. Doesn't always You don't always have to be the best, but if you get
Yeah.
hot at the right time and you start sinking putts, it's game over. And
Hmm.
then Fleetwood. I mean, Fleetwood's been in the top five the last two tournaments. Actually, last week kind of went down the shitter in those last three holes. Had a one-stroke lead and Justin Rose ends up pulling it out over JJ Spawn, but he's still playing great golf. And then you got Justin Rose right underneath him, qualified in the fourth spot. I mean, Justin Rose, that's a dog.
Yeah. 45 years old, still gets after it, man.
Still
And
swinging the sticks hot.
he loves the Ryder Cup. Loves the Ryder Cup, and he's good. And
I don't know the difference. I don't know what the difference is between Europe and US playing team golf. I feel like we don't have a lot of team golf here in the US. And
no,
I don't know if they play a lot more over there, but it seems like they all get amped up for this tournament.
well, they do. But you got to think, where were they last time? Rome.
Yeah, they're in Rome.
I mean, they're on home soil. Why not get amped up? Look at
They
what
also got,
who
they
was.
also got absolutely destroyed at Whistling Straits.
Yeah, U.S. was on home soil.
Yeah.
You got Bryson just driving greens, just shitting on the ball.
When he
Uh,
drove one, that was probably the most electric time. That was probably the most electric shot from that entire tournament. Just standing
yeah.
there, hands in the air, with his putter walking to the green.
Do you think? Do you think Luke Donald brings the same team, or do you think he changes up a little bit?
I think you might change it up a little bit. Looking here at the leaderboard. I mean, Rahm's all the way down there at 23rd in
He's
Ryder
in.
Cup standing, but he's in.
He's
He's going to be a
he's.
captain's pick regardless.
Mm-hmm.
The question really, I mean, let's just run down it. You got Rory, Bobby Mack, you got Tommy Fleetwood, Justin Rose, Tyrrell Hatton's in, which I like Tyrrell Hatton. He likes to chirp. He's a lot of fun on the course. He's going to be a fun one to watch. And then you
Yeah.
got Shane Lowry at six. Shane Lowry's probably going to be a lock. I mean, there's no way he's going to drop out of that. And then you got Sepp Straka, Rasmus Hogard, or Hoygaard, however you want to say it. I mean, haven't heard his name a lot this year, but I guess he's been playing pretty consistent golf. I
Was
mean,
he the
obviously
one
to be
on it the last time, or was it Nikolai?
no, I don't. I think it was Nikolai.
Was
Not
it?
100%. Don't quote me on that. I'd have to fact check myself, but I don't think it was him.
I know
And
one
then
of them was on
You
there.
got Oberg. Yeah, and it might have been Rasmus, honestly. But then you got Ludwig. He's going to be a stick. I love the way he plays. Gets up, grips and rips. And then you got Victor Hovland in at 10, Matt Wallace at 11, and Matty Fitz at 12. So, judging based off of that, you're probably looking like their 12
You
are
get
pretty locked up.
you get rid of Hoygaard though.
You think so? And keep Matt
Yeah.
Wallace?
Well, where'd you figure Ramen at?
I
At
figured
7.
Rom I figured Rom would probably be I feel like Rom would be in that six over Lowry. I
Yeah.
mean, realistically, I mean, if he's playing on the PGA Tour, he's probably sitting number two on the standings.
Yeah. Yeah.
Being on live changes things a little bit, but as far as two people coming out, I could only see Rasmus Højgaard and Matt Wallace coming out. I don't really see anybody else coming out of that. Oberg's pretty much a lock. Hovland's playing good golf. He's a lock. And then Matty Fitz, I mean, you can't really take him off the team. He's consistent. He's good. He's
Yeah.
going to make shots when he needs to make shots. But who you put in there, I don't know. Yeah, Harry Hall's up there, Jordan Smith, Aaron Rye, but I don't know if I can really see any of those guys taking over a Rasmus Højgaard or maybe even a Matt Wallace, but one of those two is going to leave to get John Rahm in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. For sure. I also heard today, I can't remember what podcast I was listening to, but they said that Harry Hall hasn't even got a phone call from Luke Donald this
Really?
year. Nope. Hasn't
Wow.
been hasn't been talked to one time
Now, do you think
about
it's the
being on.
hat? You think it's the
I
Peaky
don't know.
Blinders hat? It might be the hat. Me personally, not a fan of the Peaky Blinders hats. I know that's kind of his style, but I don't know if Team Europe has a Peaky Blinders hat that they can give to him. Maybe that's why.
I don't know. That's enough of Europe. What about the U.S.?
Now the U.S. Let's see here. So we got Scotty, obviously, J.J. Spawn, Xander, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. All a lock. They're all
Yep.
qualified. They're all going. They're all going to Bethpage, along
Yep.
with your boy. I
Yeah.
will. I will be there. I will be
Yeah.
there to see the Ryder Cup in New York City.
Dickwad.
Thank you to my wife for letting me go, and thank you to my sister for getting us tickets. But I will be there. Now, let's round out the top 12. Let's just say if it were to go in order, you'd have JT,
Yep.
Morikawa,
Yep.
Ben Griffin,
Yep.
Maverick McNeely. Keegan's in an 11 spot. Now we know Keegan's the captain, obviously, and there's been a lot of talk about whether he's going to be a playing captain or not. And then rounding out the 12's Brian Harmon.
Terrible. Terrible.
I can't do the waggles. Not at the Ryder Cup. Not at the Ryder. I can't do the waggle counter. I can't. We can't have that on the screen. This is not good for
No.
viewership.
No.
Not good. Now let's just take the next four. You got Andrew Novak, Cam
Yep.
Young, Patrick Cantley, and Sam Burns.
Yep.
Those are your top 16. I think for sure. I wouldn't say for sure, but I think Patrick Cantley gets in there.
Yeah. I think.
Patty
I think
Ice,
it's. I think it's what his Ryder Cup record's like 6-2, 6-3.
something like that.
It's a lot of wins, a lot of points. You got a lot of points. I think you go JT, Morikawa, Cantlay, Burns,
You're at 10 there.
got her up.
I think Gotterup gets in there.
Is that 11?
That's 11.
And Cam Young.
Cam Young coming.
Yes.
I think Cam Young's got a wild card too. He hits the
Yeah.
ball a long way. It's just if his putter can get hot or not. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
If that putter's hot, he's going to be lethal. If it's cold, he's going to be ice cold.
He's playing pretty good golf right now. But that would be my sixth, my captain's pick.
Yeah, you got to get Brian Harmon out of there. Brian Harmon can just fuck off.
Yeah, I think a lot of Keegan's decision too depends on this tour championship.
You know,
Excuse
I,
me.
I know I know a lot of people talk about it, but that boys club's kind of done in the Ryder Cup. You know,
Yeah.
the Ricky Fowler, the Jordan Spieth, the JT. It's kind of, I think the last Ryder Cup when they put out the full swing with Keegan getting denied, it almost put an end to that. It
Yeah.
kind of made it obsolete. But they're all still great golfers. It's just a matter of let's go pick the right guys. Because Keegan probably should have got in over JT last time.
Yeah. Me
But
too.
Zach Johnson's boys with him, and it
Yeah.
went a different way. And maybe
Yeah.
Keegan's got a chip on his shoulder because of it.
I don't know. I think ever since he won, he's played good golf, but I just think that there's some other guys playing better right now. So I'm not saying he doesn't deserve it. I think it'd come down between him, whether he puts himself in or he takes somebody like Cam Young or Goddard. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
And does he go with the hot hand right now, or do you think he goes?
It's hard to say.
Gotterup was playing hot. Scott won the Scottish Open. Obviously, was playing well at the Open, and
Yeah,
then the past 2 weeks has been kind of hit or miss. He did sneak into the final round at East Lake for the finale, and maybe this week's kind of a play well and you're in kind of scenario for Gotterup.
yeah. I think he'd do. I think he'd be a dog.
I
I
do think
think,
he'd be a dog
and here's
coming out of
why.
Oklahoma,
He played the final round with Rory at the Scottish,
and he
and
beat him.
never gave Rory a shot. Didn't feel any kind of pressure. Well, it looked like he was feeling no pressure, but I'm sure he was being on Scottish soil and Rory hot on his
Yeah,
heels. But he didn't
it's kind of like
falter.
a home game. It's kind of like
Yeah,
a home game for Rory, but not really a home game at the same time, being on
yeah, he didn't.
Scottish
He
soil
didn't
and not
falter.
Irish soil.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't wait. I love the Ryder Cup. I love everything about it. I'm a little mad that you're going and I'm not, but that's all
Hey,
right. That's all right.
pays to know people sometimes. I mean,
That's all right.
She was kind of born right behind me, but it is what it is.
Yeah, but hey, I just found out St. Louis is hosting the BMW next year. So,
We're gonna have to make a trip.
so you got to tell your sister to get us tickets.
Still be able to pull something out of her hat.
Yeah, or maybe we'll sweet talk our boss into getting it sent. I did drive past that course the other day on my way home from work. I've never
Up
in my
here,
life seen anything. Never in my life seen any course like that ever.
St. Louis has some great courses, but honestly, Belle Reeve's the only one set up to host anything like that.
Yeah, I've never was. It was green as green could be in the middle in the hot, humid summer days of the Midwest, and that
Still
thing
green.
was shining bright like a diamond.
Here's my front yard being all brown and fucking just dying off or dormant.
Oh yeah,
And they got that course just in pristine shape.
yeah, it's gorgeous. But yeah, so maybe we'll get to attend that next year.
That would be nice.
Go sweat
That
our
that would
asses
be
off.
sweat our asses off. Fucking August in St. Louis is no joke. It is no fucking joke. So, kind of wrapping up with the PGA, we're gonna kind of switch into football. Those are gonna be our two main topics. Kind of, you've grown up with football. You've known football your entire life. You've shot the shit day in and day out about football. We talk the
Yep.
shit. We talk shit about golf. That's something that we kind of found that we had in common. I'd say like 3 years ago when you
Yeah.
kind of got a chance to get back into the game a little bit now that the kids are getting a little bit older, you
Yep.
know. But we're gonna try a new segment. It's called "Ain't No Lie." So the segment's essentially gonna entail like for an example, it is no lie that the Buffalo Bills are as good as they are because of Josh Allen. Just as an example, I gotta throw my Bills out there. You know, got to represent.
Oh, so
Hey, he's hanging on my wall for a reason.
yeah.
But
This I got 17 favorite teams. Whoever's playing the Buffalo Bills that week is my favorite.
hey, you know what? The DraftKings hasn't favored against all them teams.
And
The only ones out there that are favored against everybody.
they were favored last year, and the year before that, and the year before that.
Yeah, and we ran into the same hurdle we run into every year.
Until you all can figure that how to clear that hurdle of Patrick Mahomes, Andy
This is the
Reid, and the
year.
Kansas City Chiefs.
This is the year.
No, afraid not, bud. Because there's another team down in Baltimore that's going to be pretty tough too.
They got Lamar. Lamar can't win the playoff games. He just can't.
He will.
I wouldn't say he lost them, but he doesn't go out there and win them.
He will.
But my ain't no lie this week is gonna be it is no lie that Chris Kirk's caddy wishes he could be on the bag next week for Scotty Scheffler at the tour finale. Because that guy got a payday, an absolute payday.
Yeah.
From what I kind of saw online, I did a little research as far as how much he's made this year. Trust me, he made good money. He made 150 to 200,000 just sitting on the bag for Chris Kirk. But I'll tell you what, Michael Cromie, he loved that $360,000 payday. That's a big
Who
payday.
who wouldn't? Who
I
wouldn't?
mean, I would.
Oh, for sure.
But I
Let
did
him.
see earlier Ted Scott's back on the bag this week.
I think that too. The band is back together.
Them
That
boys are gonna
probably
have a day.
that probably means Scotty wins by 7 or 8.
I bet last week's not even close if Ted Scott's on the bag. As much as I think that Chris Kirk's caddy did a good job, I just think that Scotty went out there and won that tournament.
Yeah.
Ted Scott, he's a game changer.
I mean, look how many majors is he caddy for?
I think he's got five
Five,
now.
five,
No, six.
six.
Four Masters, a PGA, and an Open.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, because he's got the Masters, the PGA, and the Open with Scotty,
Still
and
got a
then he
ways
won
to
two
catch.
with Bubba.
He's got a ways to go to catch Williams though.
That ain't no lie. That ain't no lie. I think Stevie Williams got like 13,
How many does Tiger got? 15.
15. I
And he
think
won
I
one
think
with Sluff, and then he won one with his last
Placava.
one. Yeah, with Kava. So yeah, Williams has got 13.
It's a lot of majors.
One more time, buddy. One more time. Tiger gets
I would
healthy.
love to see it.
Makes one more run.
So you're
One
lucky
more
enough you
run.
got to see him in your prime. You're lucky enough
Oh,
you got to see him in the heydays when he was playing great golf and he was just the center of the golf universe.
it was unbelievable. Glued to the TV every time he teed it up.
I can't imagine how electrifying it was just watching him hit shots. Just I'm 30, so it's not like I'm young, but like I also wasn't watching golf like I do now back then. And just I can't imagine seeing him hit those shots on Sundays. Hit time for the lead, the shot that drips in at the Masters. Like you got to
Crazy.
see all that shit live.
I watched it live. It was wild.
I I would love to have seen that kind of golf because I think Scotty's the closest thing to Tiger that my generation will see. Prime Tiger.
Yeah, right now the way he's playing, yeah. Prime
And I don't even
Tiger.
think I still don't even think it's close.
It's not. He's doing Tiger-esque things,
Yeah.
and maybe it's not. What's the right word? Maybe it's not as forward seen
It's not as
because he's not.
flashy.
Yeah, he's not as flashy, or he's not as flamboyant, or brash like Tiger was. Tiger had one job, and when he stepped on the course, he wanted to beat you by as many strokes as he could.
Coming
And
out, signing with
yeah,
Nike.
yeah, and
He had to be that entertainer and that good golfer. And he
hmm
was. He
and
was.
he transformed, he transcended the game. I mean, that's all there is to it. But
I mean, I
one
don't think
time,
golf's where it is without him.
no, absolutely not. Nobody's even come close. Not Rory, not Jordan, not Brooks, and when he was on his run, um, who else had a good career? Phil and
Yeah.
Tiger back and forth. Just think about where Phil would be if he had won half of those U.S. Opens. He finished runner-up.
Yeah.
He'd have
Phil
nine,
would
maybe.
have
I
one
mean,
hell of a career.
yeah, I mean he's had a hell of a career as it is, but nobody since. And I caught the tail end of Nicholas only because my grandma loved him and Arnie.
Yeah.
But I caught the tail end of Nicholas's career. But Tiger has just transformed the golf world. Still is to this day.
They still talk
Any
about him, and he hasn't been on a
anytime,
course in
no,
8 months.
anytime that guy picks up a club, everybody gets hard on him.
You got to.
Because
It's
they
Tiger.
think there's a shot. One shot. I just want one more time. One more time. Tiger is in it on a Sunday, and he makes a run.
If I were to be a betting man, I'd take it at Augusta.
Oh yeah,
He knows that course like the back of his hand.
it would be Augusta. It would be. I just don't think his game matches up with the U.S. Open anymore. Um,
No,
Now I could see him, depending on where they're at, I could see him making a run at a Open title over in Europe.
he does have that stinger.
He hits some stingers, boy. Look
I
out.
just run.
And PGA, maybe. I mean, he did it in 18 before he won the Masters against Brooks.
Yeah,
Made a run. But one more time, Tiger Woods in the final group on Sunday at a major.
I could I could maybe see it happening. He just needs to get healthy. He really does. If he gets healthy, I think that his game, where it's been, where it's going, I think that he could still get it done, especially knowing Augusta as well as he does. He can spray the ball out there, but as long as he doesn't miss in the spots that you can't miss out there, I
Yeah,
think he can get it done.
yeah. It's Tiger Woods. I wouldn't put nothing past him.
No, never. Let's come out of the PGA a little bit. Well, we might stay in the PGA, we might not. We're gonna kind of play into the girls' picks. That's gonna be our fourth segment, the girls'
Yep.
picks. I told you, I said, get a pick from your daughter on where she sees either a golfer or a football team, a college team, because we're gonna talk college football too when it comes around, and we're gonna get one of the girls' picks every week. Now
Tigers
you
play
gotta
next
bear with
Thursday,
me.
bud.
They do.
Mizzou next Thursday.
And you gotta bear with my daughter a little bit. She's only a year and a half old, so it's gonna be a little hard for her to make picks. But my daughter this week, she picked the Green Bay Packers. Don't ask me why. I don't have any clue as to why she picked them, but I was just scrolling through NFL logos, and all of a sudden Green Bay Packers popped up, and that was the first one she pointed at. So I said, "That's the one we're gonna pick." So that's her pick. That's her pick this week. Love it or hate it, she is picking the Green Bay Packers, and we're going based off their color scheme.
It's a good pick. That's a good pick.
They're looking pretty good. They're young, athletic, might be really good.
Yeah, I feel like most girls pick football games based on color scheme.
Yeah. That or March
My
Madness. They always go March Madness based off colors or what their mascot is and who would win in a fight.
my wife doesn't because she hates sports.
No, I pick based off of how fun their last names are.
That is true. She picks based on how fun their last names are.
Hey, can't hate it.
We went to the golf side for her pick of the
Ooh,
week.
okay.
I gave her the list of the 30 participants at the Tour Championship, and she picked Hideki Matsuyama.
Really?
Yep.
Any inkling behind that or just going with their
Just be,
gut?
She said he had a fun name.
Hey, there you go.
She couldn't pronounce it, but that's the one she picked.
Most people can't their first time, but hey, we're not here to judge. We're just here to
No.
go based off what they want.
Yep. Now she'll be a little more tuned in once football gets cranking.
Yeah.
She'll be tuned
She
into
watch
the
a lot of
football.
she watch a lot of college football or more NFL.
More NFL.
Yeah.
I mean, she's gonna be 17. Her Saturdays consist of probably getting her nails done, going to get some mocha, latte, whatever from Starbucks,
Hey,
and
don't you sit here and lie and say that you haven't had that peppermint mocha from Starbucks and you're just like,
oh,
it's to
it
die for.
hits. It hits, especially in the wintertime. But so she don't watch a whole lot of college. It's more NFL.
I feel like college is hard to follow for anybody that doesn't watch football kind of religiously because there's just so many teams.
Yeah,
There's so many. Where the NFL, you're kind of glued to your set amount of teams, and I don't see it changing in the foreseen future.
the only thing I see the NFL doing is maybe expanding more over into Europe,
Yeah,
playing
with all
games
these
over there.
overseas games.
Yep,
You got games in Germany, Brazil now. You got games in
yep,
England, and they seem to pack the stands when they go overseas. It's not like they don't. It seems like
yep.
their fans come out.
They wouldn't be doing it if they weren't making money.
That's true. NFL is all about that money.
Making that dollar.
Now, touching on a few preseason games, I hate to say it, but my Bills got whooped on by
Yeah, by guys that ain't gonna be playing.
a lot of guys that ain't gonna be playing. I think we maybe started two starters on the defensive line to get a couple reps on the first drive, and that was about it.
Yeah,
Other than that, a couple guys fighting for spots. You got DeMar Hamlin was out there. He's fighting for that second safety spot with Cole Bishop right now. It's not to say that he doesn't.
I haven't watched but maybe 3 downs of preseason.
It's hard to watch nowadays. It really is.
I really don't get. I pay attention to injuries. Who's on the up?
That's fantasy related.
Yeah. Who's on the down? Who's available? And who's not? That's all I pay attention
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, it's hard to go. It's hard to take anything from preseason and actually base anything off of it when your starters are playing maybe a series, maybe two in the first two games, especially. But
Yeah.
now, heading into week 3 and 4, you're going to see a little more starters here and there, but it still ain't going to be like the regular season.
Mm-hmm.
I do love our week 1 matchup against Baltimore. I think it's a statement game. Come out, win that game, move on to the next, get that one out the way because everybody's hyped on the Ravens and understandably so. I mean, they're good. Lamar's good. They got a lot of weapons. So week 1's going to be fun.
Week one's gonna begin. It's opening weekend of football. What's not
Yeah.
to What's not to like? We got football from here till Valentine's Day or whenever the Super Bowl is.
Till the WMPNX Open.
Yeah, I mean we got football for the next 4 months.
Great football. And that is all, I wouldn't say it's all we're going to be talking, but we will definitely be talking a lot more football than golf over the next 4 months.
Oh
We'll
yeah,
probably highlight a few tournaments here and there. You got the hero challenges, this, that, and the other, but the next 4 or 5 months are probably going to be solely focused on football for the most part. Uh,
yeah,
We'll touch on some big topics in other sports too. Don't get me wrong. Hockey, there might be some big things that come out about that, but it's hard to get into it in St. Louis. Hockey's just not one of those sports where it's really, really that big.
yeah. I watch it. There's nothing else on. I pay
Yeah.
attention here and there. I love playoff hockey, no matter who's playing.
Playoff hockey's a whole nother ball game.
I watched a lot of playoff hockey this past summer. Spring.
Yeah. It
It was
helped that we
good.
had prize picks too.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
And that's another thing, when sports betting becomes legal here in Missouri, we're probably gonna throw out a pick or two that we think might hit. Maybe a parlay, maybe an anytime TD parlay, something like that we might throw together once sports betting becomes legal in Missouri. But as of right now, we can only bet on players, and it just ain't the same.
Yeah, I bet, but I I bet this weekend on the UFC.
Yeah,
Yeah, just wild cards, bud.
how'd you do?
I'm not worth a shit.
UFC, that's my one thing I don't know. I don't know jack shit about it.
I was just putting 2 fight parlays or 3 fight parlays together and taking the underdogs most of the time, taking them to submit or something. Bet $3 and win whatever. Yeah, I'd hit 2 or 3 or 1 or 2. Never hit two or
Yeah,
two, 3 or 3.
seems like that happens every time. It's almost like Vegas
Yeah.
knows what they're doing.
Yep.
But hey,
So
It is what it is. You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, buddy.
Hopefully come NFL season, it'll change for both of us.
Hopefully, buddy. We're gonna have to wrap this up here soon because my phone's gonna go bye bye.
Yeah. All right, well, let's wrap it up with the Rob of the Week. The Rob of the Week's going to be a pick that Robbie gives, given his football background. We are going to give him the chance to pick an upset from the week. Now, preseason football, kind of hard to pick upsets. It may be maybe the PGA. Maybe you pick an upset for the PGA. Could be MLB. Could be anything, really.
Yeah. Rob of the week. I don't even know if it's a Rob because I think it's just a foregone conclusion that Scotty's going to win the tour championship by 6 shots.
Damn. 6 shots, really.
Dog walking. Dog
Hey, there
walking.
you go. There you go. That's a hell of a pick, and we're going to run with it. Maybe we
Yep.
find a way to put some money on that. Who knows?
We might have to. We might have to talk about that tomorrow morning.
Hell yeah. Well, this has been the first episode of the 19th Yard. We're going to come to you every week. We're going to do our best to get you guys a podcast by Thursday morning, hopefully. We're going to record a day or so in advance. But bear with us if anything happens between when we record and when we actually publish the episode. But we're going to do our best to get to you every week. Things might change with the volleyball schedule and whatnot with Chloe and,
Yep.
football schedules and everything like that. But we're going to be here. So stay tuned. We're going to try and do our best. If you guys have anything you want to comment on or things we should critique, let us know. We're open ears.
Yep.
And we're going to try and bring you guys some fun content. It's going to get better as we roll on. First one, getting the nerves out, getting the training wheels off. Hey, we'll get there
Yeah.
one day. Maybe we can
We'll
take
get
this
there.
somewhere. Who knows?
Who knows? Only takes a few to get
Exactly.
the ball rolling, but keep it in the short
Y'all have a good
grass.
Yeah, keep it in the short grass. Y'all have a good week, and we'll see you guys next time.
Peace.